it to the top. On the wings of the eagle, you are the bread of life. So you give me another life. Oh, I bear away. Come on, Gideon. No one can love me like you are mysterious. At the table before my enemies, even in my weakness, you've been merciful to me. Babble away. No one can love me like you do. You prepared me a table before my enemies, even in my weakness, you've been merciful to me. I can't go away. I pray no more. I can't get away. Never away. Oh, thank you. I love Radio Gold 90.5.
Se play na lande eso still yet the front wa and you how far ya drink and you steam and you say just 7 utiasia daddy 90.5
speaking. What subtle way to censure people from speaking? So one, in a case like this, you want to control what goes out. You see, that's the icing on the cake on the argument of the culture of silence. You don't want the person to go and speak what is on his or her heart or in her mind. So that is one dimension. And then two, you're not also sure that this person is going into this meeting to say that, well, the fight against Galamsey has failed. And so again, you want to control what is out there. This is the culture of silence at its best. And this is the culture of micromanaging even what people would do, because there are serious shortcomings if you're not afraid of what this person would say. So in short, the issue of Galamsey is not going anywhere. And it's not going anywhere because I think the fight or the effort is not heading in the right direction. You see, research done in the Takwa Nswayem area, talking to Galamseyers, what did they say? Why do they engage in Galamsey? I mean, let me just pick 4 reasons that they gave for being engaged in Galamsey. 1, need for cash. 2, a lack of employment opportunities. 3, loss of previous jobs. 4, need to accumulate capital to start a business. This is only 4, right? This is only 4 of the reasons they give. Now, why is the fight for Galamsey not working out? Well, the first one, I'll put it bluntly. is the work of a kleptocratic elite that is seizing excavators from Galamsey operators and using them to engage in further Galamsey operation. That is one dimension. Selling them to other Galamsey operators. That is another dimension. Selling them to party colleagues. That is another dimension. So, anchored in this effort is the one big word, corruption. How do you stop something when you rather exacerbating it, when you taking it even to a whole new level? Two, there's a lack of political will. In the bold statements of 2016, 2017, those bold statements have become a whiff of something else. Where is the political will when we need money for the party? Then there is institutional failure. The Minerals Commission, the Forestry Commission, the Environmental Protection Agency, right? Systemic malfunctioning of these agencies that are supposed to regulate, that are supposed to, right? So serious institutional failure there. And then there's the work of the Galamsey barons, right? So that's the reason. So if Galamsey will be, and by the way, Galamsey is different from artisanal small-scale mining. Small-scale mining is different from Galamsey. Small-scale mining, right, is an informal, poverty-driven activity that involves rudimentary techniques of mineral extraction, hazardous working conditions, low capital investment, and extensive manual labor. Whereas Galamsey, from the term gather and sell, right, is often the work of people who work without a license, have no concessions of their own, and operate uncontrollably within the concessions of large-scale mining companies or in areas prohibited for mining, such as forest reserves. So the first question is, in this whole Galamsey business, if we really want to tackle it, who are the stakeholders? Number one, the Galamsey people themselves. They are part of it. Number two, chiefs and elders, because they are custodians of the land. They are the ones who give away the land. Three, municipal chief executives and district chief executives. These are people in whose areas, they are the head of the local governance structure in those areas where the Galamsey is taking place. The Minerals Commission, the Environmental Protection Agency, Forestry Commission, Ghana Geological Survey, where are they in this endeavor? What about Association of Small-Scale Miners? All these are people who have to be at the table to formulate a coherent plan, a coherent policy. The other piece at the root of all of this is unemployment. At the root of it is poverty. This is what the Galamseyers themselves say. How are we solving, or how is the government solving the problem of poverty? How is the government solving the problem of unemployment in these rural areas, knowing very well that development in Africa is urban biased? Some of the videos coming out show, boys engaged in Galamsey work because poverty at home. People who don't go to school, rather they go to do Galamsey to make ends meet. How do we solve that problem? Problem of employment, problem of poverty, university graduates who have no jobs, right? So then there's the need for a forensic audit and serious reforms at the commission and appointment of people to engage in all kinds of work related to mining and galamsey. Pundits. They shouldn't be compromised cronies. They shouldn't be friends and family members of regulated agencies. No, these people have to be experts and professionals who should be tasked with the job of ensuring. Then there's the issue of regulation. Are people taking monies and closing their eyes? Right? Then the small-scale miners themselves, they need to be organized. They need to be trained. They could be encouraged to become medium-scale miners instead of being small-scale miners as another dimension of it. You know, Operation Vanguard is not going to stop this. The use of force is not going to stop it. Setting fire to machines is not going to stop it. Going to the root of the problem is very important. How is the government going to lead in environmental reclamation? Look at the water bodies. Look at the water bodies. Look at the forests that are being destroyed. How is the government going to engage in environmental reclamation? The laws and policies, what are the laws and policies regulating how these activities take place? And how is the government mitigating, right, the conflicting interests of small-scale miners and large-scale miners? These are all some of the issues that need to be tackled if the country is really serious about resolving this ove of galamsey. By the way, this galamsey business, let me quickly point out something, that about 1 million people are said to be engaged in artisanal small-scale mining. Now, in Ghana, about over 1 million people are said to be engaged in artisanal small-scale mining, with 85% of miners operating illegally. Yet, despite the lack of attention and support, about 35% of Ghana's total gold production comes from the artisanal small-scale mining sector, apart from the fact that it also accounts for 60% of the country's total mining labor force. This is all research. So this is serious business. And let us also not forget that it was the PNDC which regulated gold mining in 1989. Diamond had been regulated, you know, in the early 60s in the time of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But gold was not regulated until fairly recently from 1989. Of course, the PNDC law has been amended several times. But how is that law even being applied when political elites are actively involved in this business of making money either for themselves or for the party or for somebody else? Anyway, so let me end here and give space to my colleagues.
Some of the details you've provided are quite enlightening, especially the point where you're talking about 80%. They provide about 80% employment in the mining sector alone. That is sizable. That's a size, and majority of the money, I guess, has made from this artisanal small-scale mining sector goes back into the country. It's money that is spent within Ghana. Whilst what we do majority in the large-scale mining sector, majority of it goes out of this country, I'm guessing.
Well, let me add just a quick note. Remember, Ghana used to be called what? The Gold Coast, right? Because when the Portuguese arrived, they saw a lot of gold, and these early Europeans who arrived on the Gold Coast traded in gold. This is way before the commencement of the slave trade. So small-scale mining has been an integral part of the political economy of Ghana before it became Ghana and after it became Ghana. So small-scale mining is not the issue. It has been there. It is the illegal dimension which has been compounded by, of course, bringing in more and more Chinese, and some people dispute the figure, 1 million Chinese, 800 Chinese. And of course, we have all seen the video of the Chinese ambassador attributing the Chinese participation to the greed and avarice of Ghanaians. And that is his explanation. By the way, we may even have to call in the immigration, the head of immigration, to come and explain this. All these people in Ghana, are they in Ghana legally? How did they get these licenses? What have you, if they have licenses for that matter? So we haven't even tackled the foreigners dimension and what we hear about people coming in from Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire to provide the labor for some of these activities. So the immigration, the boss of immigration department has something to answer in that direction. Again, if the country is serious about fighting galamsey, but at the end of the day, is providing jobs, providing employment, reclaiming the waters that have been destroyed. Very soon, or according to what we have read, in a few decades, Ghana will be important water. I mean, how sad would that be by these foreigners and their acolytes? Get these licenses, what have you, if they have licenses for that matter. So we haven't even tackled the foreigners dimension and what we hear about people coming in from Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire to provide the labor for some of these activities. So the immigration, the boss of immigration department has something to answer in that direction. Again, if the country is serious about fighting galamsey, but at the end of the day, is providing jobs, providing employment, reclaiming the waters that have been destroyed. Very soon, or according to what we have read, in a few decades, Ghana will be important water. I mean, how sad would that be when our waters have been destroyed by these foreigners and their acolytes?
I love Radio Gold 90.5.
Get these licenses.
Yes, allow Miller Radio Gold 90.5 FM some.
I love Radio Gold
Together.
90.5.
If you know he's been good, let your hands and say,
Yes, allow Miller Radio Gold 90.5 FM some.
Everybody say, Lord,
I'm here to sing
my praises for
all you have done.
and I will
Lift my voice
to give you thanks
give thanks and say you are God.
for your love and your grace, for your faithfulness each day.
All honor, all glory to you.
I will
Luciano Simao Enyo
Enyo Pelolo Elitase Enyo Yehovah Enyo Pelolo Say it again Enyo You've been so good to us Lord Lift your voice one more time Enyo
Coming from Joe Metal and the Better Revival Choir. Good morning to you as I welcome you to today's edition of the Go Power Drive. Sena Numbo is my name. Show is produced by Eric Boatin. Social media production is by Godwin. My co-host Ransom Kwesi Boachi will be joining me pretty shortly. We'll be joined by Nancy Amalowski Kelubimpe. Hopefully Esquire. But this morning I know that Pia makes a return on the show. Well, the Go Power Drive. But before then, we have a couple of issues to deal with. Now, this morning, we are grateful for the goodness of God upon your life and for making time to join us today, too. It's always a pleasure coming your way. If you're watching us on Radio Gold 905 FM on Facebook or Radio Gold Live TV on YouTube, we are grateful for your time. And if you are listening to us by any of the radio streaming apps, always wonderful to know you are doing the listening. Good morning to Parker, my good brother Habib, Alaji, Anonymous number 1, number 2, to infinity. A good morning to all of you. Mamiaba. A good morning to Madame Delati. A good morning to our friends in Australia and New Zealand. Ike Jeff, William Kessie, and every one of you joining us from that area. From Japan, Alexander Kweko Dako. I don't know whether Kojovia Corn is back there. A good morning to you. All of you joining us from the Asian sub-region. A good morning to all of you.
Radio Gold 90.5 FM.
Lafia. I know you enjoy the song. So does Jed Morgan. And a couple more of you. Good morning. Well, this morning, you will pay. They have increased transport fares 13%. 13% is the increase on transport fares. So how much more we are paying for transport fares from this morning? If you are boarding trotro and what they call shared taxis, you are paying 13%. Long distance, like you are boarding a car from here to Sogakope, Hokwe, Cape Coast. Or as far as Tamale, you will pay. So transport fares have gone up by 13%. And yesterday, the Deputy Minister, the Minister of State and the Finance Ministry designate has given us an idea why we are paying more taxes. According to him, it is not because we have shortfalls, it's because we have to pay for vaccines, that the money that they'll be raising from the taxes will be spent on procuring vaccines for you. Vaccines. That they expect to spend some $400 million on those vaccines. So that's why they have to tax you. So they have to find avenues to raise those monies. So they have resorted to taxes. Interesting. The Inquisitor this morning is also reporting that a Deputy Minister for Finance designate also appeared before the vetting committee yesterday, the appointments committee actually, and says that Ghanaians must be ready to pay more taxes. I'm reading directly from the Inquisitor. Ghanaians must be ready to pay more taxes. Abna Osayasari, a two-term Deputy Minister of Finance. I love this. I've never heard this in my life before. A Deputy Minister of Finance. Fantastic. So they said we must be ready to pay more taxes. They need to vaccinate us. Only God knows. $1 billion from the IMF. Oh, inside is also carrying it. Don't worry, after Boatie and Nancy are done, I'll read it for you. You need to be ready to pay more taxes. We've taken $1 billion from the IMF. We've taken a couple of money from the World Bank. 22 billion cedis from the Bank of Ghana. We've issued bonds in the name of COVID. All that money, they didn't give me one face mask. I've never seen anybody stand anywhere in this country and distribute face masks to the citizens of this country. It doesn't happen. If it will happen, it will be an MP who's decided to do something for his constituents. It will be some private institution that did it. But the government never had a mask distribution initiative in this country. Yet, they spent all that money, all gone down the drain. Over 30 billion cedis. All gone. All gone. And they claim to have done some, what do they even call it? It's hard. They're in the hands of God. They're in the hands of God. Good morning to Godfred Daglomoto who's joining us, saying a good morning to everyone who believes in Radio Gold 90.5. Thank you. Kakali Elikam Klenam is also joining us, saying a good morning. Give thanks and glory for Jah Rastafari for this blessed day. Good morning, my Radio Gold. Alexander Hini is also saying a good morning to us and the crew. Good morning to you. A good morning to Pabe Silvanos, Democracy Gofia Boabra is also saying a good morning to us. Alasan Sule also saying a good morning. Dana Rosadofo a good morning. Alaji Sakura Ghana Salam is watching us live from Saudi Arabia. A good morning to Zakaria Freedom is watching us from Chebi. Mohammed Ibrahim says a good morning to us. Eyam Dolafia Ofukokwa Kose, good morning to you from Tanyigbe. Theophilus Adika says, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. Have a productive day. Thank you. Patrick Emingetia says a good morning to us. Mohammed Sani Akime says a good morning. Hoping to hear from some good news from Parliament about the radio station's shutdown. Albert Aheto says a good morning to you. Good morning to you, Albert. Good morning to Gabriel Kofi Taylor. A good morning to you. Good morning to Abdurrahman. A good morning to Abraham Kofi, is joining us all the way from Austria. Says thank you for the good work that you're doing for Mother Ghana. Thank you. Dela Foria Sari. Good morning. Wonderful to see you. Let me say good morning to Peggy Abnadodu. Good morning to you. Abdurrahman says, okay, I hear you. Good morning. Victor says, she says, inspirational music this morning. Keep up. Thank you. Ninette MFA Ninette. Good morning, MFA. Good morning to Mohamed Sani Akime. This is Ghana's national anthem. It's Ghana's national anthem. Okay. Abdurrahman. Eric. Okay, I don't know what. Kobla says a good morning. Money now. Mawenyega. We shall all pay. No MPP, no NDC. Okay. Richard Buffalo is saying a good morning to us from Namibia. Says, I salute you all, Radio Gold crew on board. We pray that Almighty will answer our prayers on Judgment Day. Enemies are not God. Watching live from Namibia without Radio Gold. Some of us, we don't get information anywhere. Okay. Okay. I think I didn't finish that. We don't get information anywhere as you bring back Radio Gold. Innocent Asinyo is also joining us. He's saying a good morning to us. Innocent Asinyo is joining us. Says good morning, Senna, and the rest of the crew. It's good listening to you every morning, especially where you start with songs from my hometown. Greetings to Nancy Buachi, lawyer Afewa. My greetings to SW and Pabi, who always listen to your station, and to all listening from Aplau. So, a good morning to retired W1 retired Pabi. W1 retired Pabi. Good morning to Nana French, who is also saying a good morning to us. Join us live from into Albert Kojo Colette Hedno. Good morning to you. He's joining us from Pediatokope, the island. Join us from this morning. Something just occurred to me. Okay, so earlier this week, the person who would have gotten us some answers about what our COVID money was used for, who was forced on retirement, celebrated his birthday. So Israel Maweta, who is a popular musician in the Volta region, decided to do music specially for him. Daniel Domelevu celebrated his birthday earlier this week.
Avawaladele awavanawe nyatefe ya jome dienwolo na tedeto godo nyameketoe no myano viwe tedeto maje ile nyano se na gbekibe ayiba hojure afo anya nyatefe ya jome dienwu ne labe kok nene na tedeto de godo minyawa walo afulengo demebe ma wenenyo ape na fide ne famino jalele demebe ma wenenyo ape na fide ne famino kake fuko ube jalele demebe ma wenenyo ape na fide ne famino kake fuko Hey!
Well, this is from Israel Maweta, dedicated to Daniel Yao Domelevo, the member Mawewa Nyuafi. I wanted to set it right. That is all. Sheriff Seneca of course says, what is different now from what brought the revolution by Rawlings? But Kojo Pediata is also in powerful strong from the Volta region. Abdurrahman Sena. Okay. A good morning to Elulu Mensah, who is also joining us. Good morning to you, Mohamed Sani Akime. Good morning to Albert Kojo Koleta Heno. Only those with deep thinking will understand this song. Mozata, please, Sena. I hear you. Good morning to you. A very good brother from Holland. Good morning to Chris Kujoji. Dindiogo Sia. Henry Addison from Berlin. Good morning to a very good friend, Livingstone. Let me just do something this morning. Yesterday, I'm going back to pick newspapers from yesterday, because yesterday one of the most reported stories was some comments made by the president at Africa Journalist Leaders Conference. And the stories are headlined. One is President Raps Media says criticism is not attack on press freedom. That's on page 16 and 17, the middle pages of the Ghanaian Times. It's by Yauche and Claude Nyako Adams, who says President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo has urged the media to be open to accept criticism of his work by the public and not consider the critics as attack on press freedom. According to the president, there was an emerging and disturbing narrative preferred by some Ghanaians that critiquing the work of journalists constituted an attack on their freedom. Quote, that certainly cannot be described as an attack on media freedom, end quote. He said and urged the media practitioners to accept criticism of their work by the citizenry or officialdom. Speaking at the African Journalist Leaders Conference in Accra yesterday, President Akufo-Addo explained that the right to criticize should come with the responsibility to accept criticism. Quote, that for me is one of the surest ways of improving public discourse, and we should strive to realize this, end quote, he said. The president praised journalists in the country for being vocal over the years and added that the Ghanaian media has given voice to the voiceless and had helped shape the country's democratic values. Quote, the diversity and free flow of news and information are fundamental to the healthy workings of any democracy. I thank you, the journalists of this country, for keeping our government accountable. It is the media above all that has encouraged our people to become discerning, vocal, and questioning as a civic public, end quote, he said. President Akufo-Addo further commended the media for working hand in hand with the government to fight the COVID-19 pandemic to save millions of lives. So that's the Ghanaian Times report. I wanted to do a couple more. Just go with what a few more newspapers are reporting on this particular issue. The Daily Guide, they captured it as free speech can't be undermined, Nana. And it's by Charles Techiboidu, who says President Akufo-Addo yesterday said that the repeal of the criminal libel law in 2001, which curtailed press freedom and press free expression for about a century, has helped to strengthen Ghana's democratic credentials. He said a vibrant and unfettered media is the most effective way to hold government and society to the highest standards of honesty, self-discipline, and delivery. Quote, I am proud of the modest role I played in the process of the repeal of the criminal libel law. As Attorney General who piloted the repeal through Parliament, I was also responsible for this continuation of the then pending prosecutions under the criminal libel law of notable Ghanaian journalists Tommy Thompson, Kofi Kumsin, and Eben Kwaku for publication against personalities of the then government, end quote, the president said. President Akufo-Addo delivered a keynote address at the African Journalist Leadership Conference organized by the Federation of African Journalists in Accra yesterday, said that the repeal of the obnoxious law has impacted positively on the development of the media in Ghana, freeing it from unnecessary self-censorship and promoting robust and critical media culture. In the process, the repeal of the criminal libel has contributed to the growth of a vibrant media that has won Ghana the reputation of having one of the most friendly and liberal climates on the continent. It has also contributed significantly to the deepening democracy in our country, enhancing public accountability as a strategic goal of public policy. That's according to President Akufo. That's a quote from him that I just read. There's something else I wanted to read from today's newspaper, but I just wanted to perhaps take you through a few of the stories that were published on that issue. The Daily Dispatch captures is I prefer vibrant media to praise singing one. That's a Akufo-Addo. They source it from starfm.com.gh. They said President Akufo-Addo says he prefers a vibrant and reckless media in Ghana. Vibrant and reckless media. Remember that their number one words, that you cannot speak in a particular way, that the media must be responsible and professional. Now he says he prefers a vibrant and reckless media. So what's the issue with professionalism? I don't understand that. Media in Ghana and the rest of Africa than praising and aspiring one. In his special guest of honor address at the African Journalist Leaders Conference organized by the Federation of African Journalists yesterday, 1st June 2021 at the Alisa Hotel under the theme, quote, Building Stronger Unions to Enhance Journalism and Media Freedom, President Akufo-Addo said, as President of the Republic, he will continue to ensure the safeguarding of the freedoms of journalists as they go about their work. Quote, I maintain that I prefer a boisterous, even reckless media to aspiring one, end quote, President Akufo-Addo said. As President of the Republic, I have seen to the passage of the Right to Information Act. Remember that the Media Foundation for West Africa is in court right now because they demanded some information about the closure of radio stations, including ours. Closure of radio stations. Ours, we know, was the one that were targeted. The other ones were just unfortunate souls. The other ones, they were unfortunate souls. They were just in a line of fire. So as for them, I always, whenever I talk about the closure of Radio Gold, I apologize to those radio stations because they were just in the line of fire. They found something that they wanted to use against us. To create the impression that they were doing a credible job, you had to also go. So you are still, you have gone. You are still there. And sorry for being in the line of fire. It happens. And let me continue. And like I was saying, the Media Foundation for West Africa is in court right now, seeking information on the current state of radio stations in Ghana in terms of whether or not they have worked within the regulatory framework that's established for them being set up. Are they in good standing? When did they get into good standing? What have they? When were they formed? When did the radio station start operation? When was the time when they got their first authorization? When was the last time they renewed? What is their current status? That's all they asked for. They said they should pay 2,000. They said no. So they are in court. They and the government are fighting each other. The president is saying that as President of the Republic, quote, as President of the Republic, I have seen to the passage of the Right to Information Act, which is meant to give effect to Article 21(1)(f) of the Constitution of the Republic, which states, all persons shall have right to information, subject to self-qualifications and laws as necessary in a democratic society, end quote. Several preceding administrations have shied away from taking such a step, end quote. President Akufo-Addo added, can you get information from this government? Ken Ofori-Atta, the finance minister, was summoned before Parliament to answer questions on the Ken bond, the famous bond that he took. He declined to give away any information. Parliament, even Parliament, they decline information to Parliament. It's not about the passage of an act. It's about your actions in line with that passage, of the passage of the act. You can still guarantee right to information without necessarily passing an act. If you acted transparently, we won't be shouting right to information. Which right to information? I'll continue the story. Says President Akufo-Addo noted that the combination of all this have meant that the Ghanaian citizen, through the presence of a dynamic media, is able to give boldly and freely his or her feedback on policies and programs of government. Civil society groups are able to interrogate fearlessly government actions and positions. Civil society groups, fearlessly interrogate fearlessly government actions and positions. Well, compare them to best global practices and offer views and critiques in complementing government efforts of government, and the political opposition is able to raise decent openly canvas for alternative viewpoints, and by so doing offer our citizens alternative to consider on all key issues of national discourse. This is the president. Interesting. Let me just continue reading. I think the Republic also has an interesting view. Okay, I think the Republic goes with the same view. What I will read is this one, where he says, Akufo-Addo, I discontinue trial of Kofi Kumsin and others. And okay. Okay, so this is okay. Let me just quickly deal with Mr. Abbas Muro, who is the public relations officer for the Ghana Private Road Transport Union. Thank you very much for your time, and a good morning to you.
Morning.
I hope you're well, sir.
Well, I thank God for today.
And I'm guessing one of the thanks you are giving to God is that you've been able to settle this matter of the transport fares at this time.
Yeah.
We are hearing 13%.
Yes. Finally, that is what we all agreed upon.
And is that satisfactory to you?
Oh, that wasn't what we presented, but so many things were taken into consideration. We don't have to take entrenched position when negotiating. So we should small, government also should small, and finally that is where we arrive at.
So, give us an idea of the kind of issues that were presented before you got to this level. What happened?
Oh, yes, we look at the fuel increment from the last increment up to today. We look at the prices of spare parts, even on the documentations like GVLA documents. We look at that one also has shoot up. And these are some of the lubricants has also gone up. We look at all this and came up with the current increment that we are looking for in order to run our vehicles and be able to put them always on the road.
So you considered fuel, lubricants, and all those things you purchased. Does that include spare parts?
Yes, of course.
And that got you to the conclusion of 13%.
We never opted for 13%, but after long negotiations, that is where we arrive at.
The way you sound, you never opted for it. It means that it's not something that you are so happy with, but it's the agreement. So you take it like that.
And yes, of course, because you see, currently, look at the current economic situation. There's no money, everybody is crying, and if care is not taken, after this COVID, we haven't even fully recovered. The way we've been working is still slow. And we have to look at all these things. Else, you put your vehicle down, nobody will come and join it. You see, we have to, we are serving Mother Ghana who are our clients as well. You see, so many things were taken into consideration.
So, okay, so I guess what you're saying is that you also considered the ability of the person who is boarding to pay.
Yes, of course.
That's interesting. So, would you in any way be shocked if perhaps the drivers who you represent are not so happy with the 13% that you've negotiated?
No driver will be happy with the 13%. No driver, because we are suffering. But I strongly believe if something is good, is good. If something is bad, is bad. With the explanation and things that we considered, since they have chosen us as their leaders, the percentage that they will consider.
Well, that is interesting. So you do understand you have a lot of explanation to make perhaps for the drivers.
My brother, a lot. We know even some will go to some extent of even coming up with things we wouldn't expect from them. But once we are their leaders, we have to exercise patience and explain issues to them. We say we have to do that. We have a lot to do. We know.
You will not be the most popular person at the station today.
I know. Even not today, for some time. But this is where I have to show the qualities I have in me. I shouldn't be annoying if somebody use any word which is not to be used on me. I have to exercise patience and explain. Although I'm not expecting somebody to insult me, but there are people who does not even fall under the GPRC. They belong to other transport unions who might not be happy, who might not know how to speak well in public. So this is where we have to show the qualities we have in us. Yeah.
What percentage do you think will have been satisfactory for the drivers, at least? Perhaps.
So we presented 25%, and we know we have to struggle hard. We know it has taken us a very long time before we arrive at where we are today.
25%. You believe that the drivers would have liked 25%?
And you see, my brother, we are serving Ghana, and we are not serving only our drivers, our interests. You see, we look at our interests, how to work and work happily, and we look at our clients, the passengers, the services we render to them. That is how it is.
I understand at some point, and that will be fantastic for those of us who board your vehicles. In fact, what we will prefer is that you don't increase it at all, because the current one we are even struggling with. That at some point, the government was even proposing that you don't increase it at all. Did I ever come?
Yeah, you are. You see, this is a question. You see, you have spoken brilliantly, but if we don't, there will be a time we have to park our vehicles. You see, I'm very happy with this last question or last statement that you've made. People might not be happy with even the sacrificial that we've gone through. But if we don't, then we have to be parking our vehicles. So this is where we have to explain to our drivers, we have to explain to the passengers.
Well, very interesting. But I hear it is coming into effect on Saturday.
Yes, we choose Saturday because we have today and tomorrow to work out whatever. Although we brought some small sample on board, but we believe today and tomorrow will be appropriate. All passengers will hear. If I've been paying 1 cedi, tomorrow I have to look for some 20 pesos elsewhere. Our drivers will also prepare well so that you work happily.
Which means that you also come out with the fares as they are supposed to charge within this period.
Yes, we have done that. That is why we came out with the communique with some small samples. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. But we're also hearing that in the meeting you managed to secure some extension of is it the tax relief, the vehicle income tax relief, or the registration?
Yes, I'm very happy. That also contributed to why the reduction also came down. You know, when government made the amendment, it was for trust and taxing, and we negotiated with government. We told him no, we felt the decision wasn't right. Because when the social distancing took effect in our vehicles, the high occupancy buses, they ran at a loss. A vehicle picking 40 passengers, well, picking 20. from Accra to Tamale, Accra to Kumasi, Accra to Takoradi, etc., etc. So if there is some small relief, why don't give them out? We pleaded it should be across board for all commercial vehicles. There is a communication on that one also. Government have accepted and has presented it to Parliament. That is how it should be for final approval. So we have chalk success somewhere also over there.
I want to thank you, Alhaji, for speaking to us this morning, and I wish you all the best today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Alhaji Abbas Moro is the public relations officer for the GPRTU, explaining to us how they arrived at this decision of 13% that customers that actually hey, why am I forgetting, passengers need to pay starting Saturday for transport fares. In the meantime, there's another issue. Our friends from the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana, yeah, you know one thing about the concerned people, they never agree. I've never seen Concerned Drivers Association. Anybody, any of my colleagues who've seen that can tell me, since Mohammed's time, there's never been an occasion when there has been an increment in transport fares and these people have accepted the percentage. Let me read to you the latest statement they have issued. It says rejection of 13% increment in public transport fare. Then said the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana is by this statement rejecting the 13% increment of public transport fares by the Ministry of Transport. We wish to state that the 13% increment cannot help in any way to sustain our businesses considering the rate of increment in spare parts and fuel commodities in recent times. And Alhaji Abbas accepts that what they have gone to negotiate and agree to cannot cover the cost for the drivers. And Concern is pointing that out. That if we agree to the proposal made by the government, we stand a greater risk of kicking ourselves out of business. In view of this, we wish to categorically state that the actual increment in terms of percentage according to our calculations should have been 20%. We are thus giving government up to 2 days to review the proposal. Without mincing words, we shall implement the 20% increment starting from Saturday should government fail to grant for us what we are seeking. It is a matter of knowledge to all Ghanaians the vehicular traffic situation drivers encounter on our main routes. In recent time, it has taken drivers more than 10 hours to drive from Accra to Kumasi. Those crossing the Adomi Bridge have also encountered similar situations, while those plying the Kasua Cape Coast stretch have also not been spared. It must be noted that such traffic situations cause more fuel consumption or cause more consumption of fuel. It must be considered that the combined situations are causing our inability to render sales to our vehicle owners. This situation is sending us to our early graves gradually as we face continuous intimidation by our car owners. We would like to mention that we, the members of Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana and our colleagues with the GPRTU Cooperative and Protua shall not countenance any form of intimidation of any driver by anyone from national security or any other security agency. We shall not hesitate to invoke curses with snaps and a black dog on anyone who dares to intimidate that as after our 20% increment. So there's a clear, they are saying that, let me read that to you. They say by Saturday, if government does not agree to 20%, they increase it by 20%. And that's what they say. We would like to mention that we, the members of the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana, and our colleagues with GPRTU, Cooperative and Putua, shall not countenance any form of intimidation of any driver by anyone. Remember, and look at where they go to. From the national security or any other state security agency. We shall not hesitate to invoke curses with snaps. Invoke curses with snaps and a black dog or anyone who dares to intimidate us after our 20% increment. So they have a black dog ready and snaps. So, but they make some very good points here. There are the increments in fuel. Fuel keeps going up. There has been increments in the prices of other things in terms of not only that. So we are talking about even engine oil among others that they use. There have increments in all that. Even the water they drink. They have food, everything. And then they are saying in addition to that, they have increment in spare parts. And then they are saying that even nowadays, go through Accra. Those of you who are watching us from somewhere, anywhere around the world, who have been to Accra recently, will agree that the traffic situation in Accra alone consumes more fuel than even traveling long distances. Our friend Eke Kwashi came to Accra, moved to Ho, came back only to leave. Okay, and there are several others of you who came. My friend Jebula Agbesi Hamenu from the NDC Pro from USA went to Georgia, thought that he could come, left to Georgia at 2 p.m. Couldn't arrive in Accra. Left Georgia, I think 1 p.m. Couldn't arrive in Accra for a program that started from 5 to 7 on a Sunday. On a Sunday. So the traffic situation is very terrible for them. If you are a driver applying the Accra Kaswa route, or Kumasi, Kaneshi Kaswa route, Seko Kaswa route, if you are a driver applying that route alone, you know the amount of fuel you are wasting just through traffic. The situation is getting bad. The state of the roads in Accra, especially the capital, is getting terrible. They are in a state of disrepair. Not a lot is being done about them. Aside the projects that were left by the former administration, little has been done since. In terms of even those ones should have been completed a long time ago. They are still under construction. They are causing a whole lot of traffic. And that's what they are also paying attention to. That is also part of their problem. And they need the increments. They need the increments. So that's what I was just speaking to him on. Okay, Abdul Rahman, yes, the song was Daniel Yaodomalevo. Grace Tampuri says a good morning. Good morning to you. A good morning to Hadini Sheikh, who says, so is Nathan Nagrat alive? Why are they so quiet on the increment of salaries for their workers, for their workforce to suffer? Are they feeling what we are going through? They shouldn't make us strike with our tools. Everybody is raising questions about the leadership they are being provided by the unions. Abdul Rahman said the investigation into how Akufo-Addo, hey, you are come again. Alfred Akole says a very good morning to you. Johnson Isaac Kwashi says watching you from South Africa, Senna, and your fantastic panel. Keep the fire burning. Truth and truth only. Says, and I'll be grateful to get okay. Okay, so this song is on YouTube. I just played from YouTube. I can't get it for you. So what you can do is go to YouTube. Maybe type. Is it? How did he put it? Let me find it and read it to you. He put it as Domelevo birthday tribute. Domelevo. So Israel. The name is Israel Maweta. He's a popular musician in the Volta region. So the name is that's how you can find it. It's on YouTube. Domelevo birthday tributes. That's how he put it. Socrates is he's asking what the meaning of the song is. He's talking about Daniel Domelevo. The fact that Daniel Domelevo was only trying to set things right, was only trying to ensure the right things are done. But then, as his name implies, Adukonu Domelevo, people will pretend they like you. They will laugh at you. They will open their teeth 400 degrees for you. But yet, behind those smiles, they have terrible plans for you. So that was what essentially the song was about. Socrates said, I guess Philip Adika, never worry about who will be affected if you speak the truth. Worry about who will be misled, deceived, and destroyed if you don't speak. Zion Churchman Adolfo is saying a good morning to us. Hadimi Sheikh says, tell the president that he's not criticizing the journalists, but he's rather using his vigilantes to beat and kill journalists in Ghana. Paloya says, greetings, Team Gold. Komen Sapela says, oh, Wafa, Sir John, RIP. Okay. Sir John is being buried this week, I believe. Isok Maulo says a good morning. We'll pay the taxes for their Nana French, for their useless government. Nana French says, so annoying to hear the president talk like this. This man and his MPP government are so disrespectful and unapologetic to Ghanaians. Lina Akosia Bediako, this MPP government keeps failing every day. Ghana is rich, but the masses citizens are poor. Where did we go wrong as a nation? We shall overcome very soon. So question zero says, Ghanaians, we are too timid and slow to action. We are not angry enough, or is because Nanado is an Akan, or what? Niaye says, a good morning. Sana, is there any law or conflict of interest in our constitution, please? Actually, there's a whole issue of conflict of interest. So, conflict of interest. There's a whole judgment on conflict of interest by the Supreme Court that should apply in the extent to which we look at the issue of conflict of interest. But the truth is that this government is a walking embodiment. If you want a definition of conflict of interest in this world, just say Akufo-Addo's government. Conflict of interest all over. Everything there's a conflict of interest involved. They don't care. They don't care. Conflict of interest. That's for that one. So I don't know how that will be dealt with. The DJ says the other stations were caught by stray bullets, but the main target was Radio Gold. Abdul Rahman says if Akufo-Addo says critiquing journalists does not mean attacks on them, Mr. Pratt is advising him to just reverse that statement by reading as criticizing government corruption doesn't mean attack on government. Osman Lachi says a good morning. Stephen Atoklu says a good morning. Victor Makostenge says no one is bigger than the truth. Senna, keep the fire burning. With the DJ, if criticizing the media is not an attack on them, why is it that the government, feel attacked when they are criticized by the media and even the ordinary citizens? Ghana is finished. You see, interestingly, I think I saw a story that's attributed to the one and only Apenyo Markins, saying that Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa rushed to make comments on this issue of the president £15,000 an hour trip, the aeroplane that they bought. You pay a country where we said we are broke. It's like me, Senna. I wake up this morning, money no deal. Then you see me at Kempinski, and they eat. Then I'll go and do what? Then I'll add lunch to it. They have a name of calling granola soup and banku. They have a nice name for it. I go and eat it there. Then I continue. I'm just enjoying myself. Yet I have no money. Then when I'm done, then I'll ring my good friend, my good friends in the diaspora. I'll call Udeduje Jose and Emmanuel Dosu and say, hey, people, send me 1,000 Ghana to pay for this thing. Working with us, people in, and then the person raises it, £15,000 on an aeroplane an hour, and the person comes and says that this is what is happening. Do something about it. This is what is happening. He put this on his Facebook page. Everybody sees it, and all of you have gone dead silent. This is not the first time they've raised an issue about the luxurious travels of the president. Before the election, this issue was raised. I think 2019, Herald made several publications on this particular issue. This travels of the president and his extravagance and the expenditures he was making. That issue came up. The government did not deny it. The government did not deny it. What they said and what they have always suggested is that the president deserves what he travels in. If we were talking about people deserving to travel in anything, our president should be riding bicycle from here to Italy. That's what he deserves. Our government deserves to ride bicycle from here to Italy. That's what they deserve. Aerogras is what they need to take. The American president deserves to fly in a private jet here. Our government should be riding Aeroglass to Italy. That's what they deserve. Our president does not deserve anything. He should be flying commercial. That's what he deserves. You put output against our resources currently, and he doesn't even deserve to own. We don't deserve to have a presidential jet. We don't even deserve that. Put the output of government against the management of our resources, the state of the Ghanaian youth. My chances of getting a job if, for example, I live here today. Put all that together. Even washing bowls will be a difficult job for me to get. Put all that together. And the salaries of people, the livelihoods of people. Drivers get 13% increment in transport fares. They say it's not enough. 13%. It's not enough for them. and you fly about 15,000 pounds an hour, and we can't say it. No. You cannot say it. Yet, what do you call it? You don't attack the media. People are very careful what they talk about. Look at how that story would die a slow natural death. At the end of the day, Senna will be saying it. Then they'll be saying, you people are propaganda people. It will die a nice natural death. Yet 2.8 million Ghana cedis was spent on one travel. Ghana, Paris, South Africa, Ghana. 2.8 million. 2.8 million. If that's how much it costs to travel, a lot of you have been stuck wherever you are by now. 2.8 million. When the European delegations are traveling to Ghana, how many people do they come with? How many bodyguards do they take? How many national security people do they take? How many family members of theirs do you see traveling with them? This one, because of your family members who go and your family members have to enjoy, you are flying well. And when you say it, they will say that, oh, you are engaged in propaganda. You people, you drag people's family. And the president was saying that they drag his family unnecessarily. No. They see your family in the corridors of power. There's a picture of, there are pictures, not only a picture, of your cousin in government sitting in meetings with the heads of states, of countries. What are you negotiating? What are you negotiating? He has no business doing that. He sits in cabinet meetings, makes crucial decisions. And we are just supposed to ignore the fact that because he does not have an official this thing to his name, we shouldn't say that, oh, he has power because of this. We must talk about all that. When your daughters go and get shops at Terminal 3, which they would not have gotten if we were not in power, people shouldn't talk about it. When you line the whole presidency with every member of your family, from the educated to the uneducated, we shouldn't talk about it. Conflict of interest. When you make your cousin finance minister and we say no, you can't do that, not because he's not qualified, but because you are creating a conflict of interest position, you say we can't say that. Mr. Boachi?
More fire.
No, I don't have fire.
More fire.
I have quenched the fire.
Who's Rasta for the Bani Jasa Amuyade? Rasta for Bani Jasa.
Yeah, I'm not Rasta. Nowadays, the way people are treating the Rasta. Now, when you mention Rasta, then they are saying that we should allow. What did Ghana people can just open their mouth and say anything?
Morning.
Morning. Let me say a good morning to my good brother Apenyo and Mama B.
Apenyo marking?
No, not that Apenyo.
Ghana water. Go back to pipe, Mrs. Sia. So no your board chair. Ghana Water Company. That was a coup for those first 4 years. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna desalination plant now. Jomama de airport, Edan airport into a portable water for house. I'm gonna shut that plant in it down. Say a boy a cadodo.
Yeah.
Into whom fast will be also. Into omunina can be. Anyway, I'm chatting for
now we don't have water.
Yeah, I'm chatting for no pain na your mama kwaba. And they June 3rd on.
Yes.
Okay, no June 3rd. To watch June 4th. Okay.
Oh yeah.
To watch June 4th.
The first one after the passing of
that's okay. Yeah.
Kids will go, kids will come.
I've really been kids for no. Nah,
because the kids are going.
Yeah.
Let's say the kids will come.
Nah, kids no be military for now.
Oh no.
No military.
No, they were not military. They were not military. They were more like Kwame Nkrumah had a group of people who did a lot of work for them.
Okay.
So the kids were, I don't know how to put it, but they were believers in a revolution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Loyalists. Thank you.
Nti omo ye lawyer as a really good lawyer listeners for no.
Yes. Like okay. So yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Our kids.
So they are our kids.
Yes. So okay.
Because say be a kids.
Kid anonymous one. Yes. Kida with a DJ.
Kida Jet.
Yeah, Kida Jet Morgan. Kida Neil Brown.
Kida Brown. It is a kids Roman Koda.
But they said there's Mego. Kids.
I don't know who answer na wakwana and almost age be a.
Oh no. It means go when they die.
Oh, okay. Any. Who know what you mean?
Yes.
Because as a kid, as may go still, I know.
They are not going.
My phone, you won't call my man. Indeed, I am a broma dress. But my mentia, the late a year Magufuli, a year Tanzania, former Tanzania president. Babi will be a young upon funny currency, mammy. But she hadn't tell say, me call she and you be our net. That's why I became interested in that particular song.
I am surprised that the song was what got you interested in Magufuli.
Yeah.
Magufuli has always been an interesting character for a long time.
Yeah, but none of you is so interesting.
You don't understand the song.
Swahili language.
You don't understand.
Oh, Sananobo.
Oh.
Nyakasa biya na metia, mekacho wasa metio.
Don't do
Swahili.
that.
Swahili. Common Swahili language.
Oh, don't do that.
Sananobo.
Don't do that.
Sananobo. Eti mama mencha usi neti amebo Magufuli din no. Now kika inkrofobia omatutu kwan ne omo edo omo kona de ade Sananobo. One of my I say on say Omano resources.
Yeah.
Omeki judicious use of
Ghana's
Tanzania
resources. Yeah.
resources.
As I was saying Ghana.
Yeah.
I wish it was
Tanzania resources. I read about this man. Not there was the General Assembly of US. Senanobo. This man called Magufuli echo US within the Foreign Affairs Minister. Plus 2 to 3 other security. Till let's say contingent, you know, including security, no mere 5.
Yeah.
Papa we call US of A. Omukodu you know. Now the Foreign Affairs Minister. FA say oh hotel bi aben eti Tanzania sika na ne de akọ dollars maybe let's say 2,000 3,000 pounds a night, $2,000 $3,000 a night, $9,000 a night hotel. And I quit so na was an offer phone. Friend, a long time friend, be so Charlie Mabo near Pimabiada Magufuli. And I crack 2-bedroom apartment and need down for the tenor. On the Foreign Affairs Minister and called J1. And on mother Kateba. Now, after the delivery, we are hearing the speech by or say the people of Tanzania are waiting for me, so I'm going. It is the BCH, we are monitoring. And Papa, no, after the speech. And oh ma na yi so share ni motu omna Africa jo far commercial flight back to Tanzania. The contingent call any nipa 4 to 5, between 4 and 5. Sena President Akufo-Addo etimi etrase ehunu se yen private jet no bizanomboyi.
Yeah.
And funny part of the war, as I said, for
the number of people he wants.
Yeah, or person or more company no for that assembly, no. Because said Gabi Asaroche Akukobi, you mentioned Gabi. Gabi in the portfolio in this government. Maybe I'm a friend or equipment officer, or Yejumo Babia, ball boy, or far board tuber ethical ministry, yeah. Omapani enua a odi na chief fed bomti minim ni portfolio ewo amamu we mu enso so no every important gathering bia or any important gathering bia no
He is there.
Gabi too is there. Enti eyebusuan ku bi no ma dwene say omo time na aba enti no yemmo man na boro keke ni yenko yenim dinu mo udika ena esa ubisa questions yemisa se gabi asaro chida ko na so fa so ma ba we den ema Ghana aban we de minim se ne so fa so ma Ghana yeden woman the yankrofo bi omo hijack system na okokan bi a na omo the court ehunahuna because they have the men and they have attorney general ote omo kasase obetimi aye enti efan bi akati atiesi so no ena omo di hunahuna Ghana for krom hanom eti yebekọ general assembly na ebia UN whatever United Nations na ya town nipa be 150 na ya high plane do mo gum akọ mom sika o manika kan ya chede ya mom ne ekoy anim papa we are Rwanda president say France no wan ko bi ne boa
no Paul Kagame
time ni ho ka memo akinkan ni coach bi about that France no mko ya mko stress ka no omko stress ka no ehon na obehunu say African leaders, especially Mamenkan Kurum Ghana, Abaya 2016 Amoyen. US for the Amwa Womono. I'm in 2016 no, and I'm clear no 2020. And a Ghana there. Sir, and she shall name. Etino, and Anna, with a thank you judgment in ye, a thank you re-election ye, and a ne, ye didn't babisi a swap. Yenya kamene e okrum hanom mentan guvuado mentan so da but Ghana ho don't ni so de e betena hanom enti etoda bia enya Ghana fo nze do ye na Ghana fo mo na mkoto aba Ghana fo anto aba dodo ama guvuado ze on family president for the second time. It's on record. Is anumo Ghanaians anto aba ma president Kufuor so be dia for the second time because Ghana phone adwuma akwa na ye yes since 2017 ba enti na adwuma o ye no e no hwe hunu say no, I have disappointed those who believed in me those days no am de to me ma me no one more no Jimmy die before 2016 no and one nim mama muo no I have disappointed them enti or take advantage and the loopholes our Ghana constitution no and or the year near ma abe born for the re-election and was saying young crophobia tikro man ma sabi you omo nwere Ghana kan ko ho na omo dwene omo fu ni enemy ahwehwe anim and omo de ma ojabzo omo se nko entine Ghana ebra enya Ghana for anto abama abandi onya bi but wanya ba necessary edini duru ba bia na onam se na no moyi se ngana na dan ko for do wi ni aba enka ban sense edi tuo esi nkrofo kon so jeje esi tifiri o mesem. If indeed the president adwuma for the that 4 years now leading now to the 2020 elections no adwuma ekoba na sense government o pa abaya na say president also winning elections our bodjuma and your friend is saying MPs and lose seats then in 2016 time na John Mahama lose elections no mizanumo now the parliamentary candidates omu also lose meboa yes time na John Mahama parliamentary candidates lose enti time na MPP parliamentary candidates lose no na signal say akwa no wa feli poto awoko elections am yo kromo abasawi tene Ghana for bra aye ammo Jane Mensa di enka ho ana free senior high school apratetia pansam ama education minister de ne ba to private school a mo body na aye mamu nyi Jane adu ko de kenkesala emfim because they are all part of the problems yekum okrum hanom
system na yɛde yɛn nsa ato so a ɔma rigi system na to the extent sɛ Ghana mpo yɛ mmea Ghana kɔn wɔntumi home kyɛn George Floyd deɛ no ayɛ ama mo electoral commissioner na ayɛ ama mo nyini mfiri mu o ɔka ho bi George Ayisi Boateng, your former Ghana ambassador to South Africa. People Eba shoot and kill. He has endorsed it. Say, I know Nebema ask Crawford from the Galamsey Menace. Sana minye nyame. Ena nyame so ya de bia yen tenase da ye beti nyankopon ase no onye nyame. Ena wotimi twan ma niema bi sisi. Zanu moyi. Ensu ya hunu ni. Enra omo ye Galamsey press briefing. Ena kojo opon kroma as usual. Kojo puyo. On retirement so ne huhu egusugu hanum. Kojo Van Dijk wo pra be 1 year nie. Still yenim so bobo bi mo no mo so still ogusu defend it. The Ramos Subo Kungro 2-0. Kojo gusu defend it. And that momo say mo prosecute Ghanaians. Omo involve themselves e o Galamsey. Senanumbo. Meanwhile, Sankrofo na chire China ni Asha 1. Se na oye Galamsey queen e okromanum. Government official, the then senior minister, as well for Mompeni Power Minimum Captain. Near Freno, Yao Osafomafo. Ono Kosa, maybe a bit more Kosa contract, Ewo Saloon or Germany, so Kano. Ya Safomaf the catcher Ghanaians say ye jelly Asha 1. We Galamsey queen. I for the enemy to table some more money. Etimi bi se Kojo Puyo say prosecutions are so much chance here and prosecuting Ghanaians aduane anopai eba be to table here yen consoles esisi sui amayedi ana o manu kitanimra whether you are a citizen or you are a foreigner now go contrary to the emrana esemran timinu udi. But you want penifui ni yeswa sebi omadwimu ha favoritism and nepotism eti echi obroni an hu yefita already a jela ye nya bibia but kosibu achi de yemfa nintum uye obi a wadwene ye adwuma na ye se ya gi ye hu afiri abrofo ne nsem a you not behave like this as government ababia na dwene ye adwuma ababia odone citizens ababia oba yese oba beboa hwa ma youth anya adwuma ye no sana numbo se wo apply mrana eye equal etiana Kojo Puyo and the defense minister Neti will write one say prosecutions ashasiye eti oze
in Chinese
masa Chinese then a camouflage.
Do you have any evidence
that
they are not telling the truth?
I shall want now seven no more.
That's one.
That's
one.
That's one. Then yeah, Rosewood. I shall two. I shall two. But no, who you do baby answer your pana show.
No, I'm
your numbers. Say na yina two na.
That's what
I shall one Galamsey queen. I shall two. Rosewood. Illegal. Sometime not there was a ban. Say you're exporting rosewood from this country to other. But yenya I shall too a man I desense you know why I want energy. Sana Ghana Marano and 2021 Emrano since 1992. Emrano since 1992. Eternity Wool and the information minister. They are almost enough to tell me because what you say. I find a woman in any case. A NPP government handed over a power to the same MPP government. So what are they saying?
Akufo-Addo handed over to himself.
Himself.
Yeah, sure.
And these same ministers, these two ministers, the same position on Kitano, necessary. From between 2017 to 2020, no defense minister.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nichiwu was the defense minister. Kojo Opon Nkrumah, or information minister. So what are they talking about? We should jail Ghanaians. Our president Akufo-Addo catching the Ghana force of Beshe Galamse Mukina. And I tape no. I say NDC for the men and I'm saying ya me pay Joma Ghanaians. Me ba ba to Galamse say enya no correct da. Afem ye betu no tumpa. Then what you ba to abamo wie. The same Akufo-Addo's government handed over power to the same government. Say afem no abantino who started jailing Nkrofo. Say no moment council will be contrary to the law na Janaman and co. But woman in the mom. Anything I may born yangu ponies and yamen or any name go slow by antenna say a by now. And Casinco Bunkrofobisha form. Sir, Minister Pan, an idea about Travel Chance and for and the camera seen so one more would hear from Radio 8 year no can draw as so many moment two from a good year. As a minimum and forest reserves, no one more sign no. Or 2-4 am I a clue about a Nyama ACL form. Eti near a pan yen. Bazana no mo. You better babia this nonsense no. Yan tolerate to Okromabium. You will get there in the future. You better baby no. This nonsense of some of our ministers and government in, government out. Ghanaian youths will not tolerate Sanema saying. We will get there. For the first time 2 years ago, so guys, Akufo-Addo MCEBD, your fan is saying, one day, anything tomatoes near a command zongo community zone rejected. Yeah. Almost in you not promising. For the first time, that man was on Bango. So now will be why.
It's never happened.
Yes, before. But under Akufo-Addo 2 years ago, it's here. So you get there.
Gradually.
We will get here and we will get there.
This just by way of an update. When we're saying we're talking about whether or not Paul Kagame was at the conference in France. Mm-hmm. He was there. In fact, there's a picture of let me read the caption under the picture. French President Emmanuel Macron welcomes Rwanda's President Paul Kagame as he arrives to attend the international conference in support at the temporary Grand Palais in Paris. France, May 17. So the picture is dated May 17, 2021. So he was there.
May 17, 2021.
He was there.
May 17 this year, yeah.
Yeah, he was there. He was there. So he was there. Yeah. Well, let Nancy join him so that we can do the newspaper headlines. Today, we're expecting a guest anyway. But yeah. So a couple of messages before Nancy joins us. Annie says, "Good morning, Honorable Senator, and your team. God bless you. This MPP government is full of Babylonians." Osman Lachi, okay. He says, "You people are telling the truth, so you are doing your job very well." Francis Chimes Yodum says, "Good morning to us. How are you doing? We thank God for divine selection." Thank you, Francis. And is it Dr. Downblow? There's no single day under this government where an average Ghanaian will have good news. The economic mismanagement has brought hardships onto citizenry. Prices of goods and services have reached all-time high. As if that wasn't enough, lorry fares have been increased by 13%. This means the average hardship on the Ghanaian is increased by 13%. Yeah, yeah, more bodo. My regards to Dr. Nanama Brown Klucha. Actually, Kwabi is also joining us. August Nakusas is joining us from Westland Silt in Germany. And also Citizen Dumont Basena. Feel me on this. So the Ghana police has still not said anything about Ken's name calling in the Ahmed Suale case. Has the presidency also not said anything about this £15,000 per hour story? If then, what is becoming of Ghana? Oh, Ken, I hear you. Very, very. They said they are very good friends.
Yeah, Kenny Boa.
He will invite Inus Afuseni. Should try that. He will invite Inus Afuseni and then add me on top. Because what he said, anyway. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're well.
Yes, I am.
Sometimes I get tired of, me, I don't like talking about Ghana. I like talking about America. They do interesting.
You have been to America before?
I don't know. It's quite frustrating. Our leadership is lazy. I hope you're well.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Thank God. Thank God. Okay. So Nancy and Ransford, over to you.
Okay. To the Yadibisi on Yako. Abusia, Mama Cham Makwaba. Na ya de maba jumadi ne so 21 year ni wo ya kuaka ta ni asemu for the abano asemu anda we na chichicho maso mne yi wa batiate na chese eno anom asida kese enkoma na osebu bi ansa ima dosu brakofi anadia ni kwata Vanderpool Uncle George KK womo adaroma ena aso yasena yede ensem no eba entimon kana mo hyene so amamedin the Ransford Kiboache RKB the Champions League winner miamini enti mensuso no no ya me admo china ye ba show ni so a go na etom no ebe yi ni nyina mam kwanya fa so na the latest ayi ni nyina no ya mam sanso atimi aka enti eno so no abna ewo hadom na mentiase se obi a win Champions League 2 years ago na fe no bi dia ba ye ni 1 week mpo na Liverpool for ashase na omo circulate omo Champions League on their Facebook wall omo official Facebook handle na supporters enso so ye intiminim but yase Champions League am win 2 years ago
omo circulate we here
omo circulate on Facebook any other social media handles no
Facebook
Liverpool Facebook ntino J last year
is it your Facebook
wall ba mo na J last year on circulate here
Massa
Madrid agent 3 years ago on circulate
your wedding no how many years ni
3 years upon
wedding pictures na pop ba say we share say 3 years ago enti
mo na hono na circulate on.
Let's do headlines. You don't have any.
Na mungwana my wedding. Ba mo ne kanya wedding ni.
So what?
Okay. Mo ye.
Oh, you na decide say yes. Omo nka so mbehye.
Okay.
Nti enye say oh na be share there enfa your Facebook page na enfa nye. Masa. You don't have give us a break. You don't have anything to say. Let's start with the Daily Graphic newspaper. NDK's and Kambeka RKB. NDK's 1.3 billion Ghana cedi claim thrown out. Manhandling City FM journalists. National security operatives acted wrongfully. NMC saying President charges MTN to address customer concerns. I don't run Black Star brokerage. Edu Buahin tells appointments committee, but any dear. It's a company near profiter. Ede kwai. Onyebi. Daily Graphic.
Okay, abusia graphic na dey shase na Juma Kobi from NDK. What you say? Na NDK we yesi mu di Juma so no bi edema Ghana between 2005 ekopim 2008. Oshabe enfie miensa eko enan emu ananya asem gotoku 4 time na sikatue bia na ese ekoso no ena aban na ntua na ni company no de ho interest nyina akopiem Supreme Court say omo claim 1.3 billion judgment debt na eno ena attorney general ese why fast go Fredame eno no so eko kantae e court no mo a eko wi ase nsika na ese omutua edema company no emu 14,699 Ghana cedis 74 pesos per ena Ghana government atua itina chese eno no intabana headline we ho
Senke si o John Mahama mo time and come be say Attorney General saves Ghana from John Mahama judgment whatever debt. Nka headline be different thing. It na just non so no. National Media Commission womo say womo catch national security operatives ani ball boys ayemuma ene guru boys ayemuma just momo adwuma na kra momo no mo sheda enim code of ayibia eno anze yedem aba moye ekoya mo fa so na Caleb Kuda ene zoyi womo tete yenua ba ne yenua ba mai ba ko no kwado timi se womo eposa no ba bi kakra ema ono age no hogina etomu kura regional free so okoka se go fi voter region dia ne nka ne sutro no enka be triple no so da bi ono efi ogwa Cape Coast na ama ogwa yenya demo enze huni yo what dey say ediwe no nyina ye ne ma ekokọ so a eno so nya asem keto a aba National Media Commission ka chirim say kwan ya ye national security for fa so ede yenu anam fa so no o ma fa kwampa so next time no wo mo anwini yi pa President Akufo-Addo ese MTN anya 25 years na MTN 25 years o manyi nyina no o mampani kwase e na o ka chirim say eni ahodo a wo mo a tekus ahodo a mo krum o ahodo a na afins no mototo ne mayi na emfa eye pepe emra etui ene ne ano so aba ede emamu yento aso.
The Ghanaian Times newspaper, Operation Halt, not selective, needful to critics. Blame Kingmakers revoke decision to install new Omanhene. At the launch of MTN 25th anniversary, provide better services to public, President urges telcos. 333 suspected criminals grabbed in Accra. Transport fares to go up June 5. That's the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
Okay, Abusia Times any de etwa so hanum na ha mapani se monhwemwa na mon provide air public no better services eti eno so eno no am Roberts bia jeze na nkrofo bi yesusu se wo no sabi omoye 339 na bacho yachi wom won kran ha ya eno so nsem hanum Operation Hot yes enye selective nitiwol ena eka sansem wi eno so enya asem ketwa enti eno so no ko buemu a se buemu ho oti wo ho enti Kingmakers ho no yese omo yese nkomba be si Omanhene ba
Adams constituency.
Wow, okay, buem MP enti Omanhene o buemu no decision a omo yese nkomba be si Omanhene foforo no se enya maso ama omatwe assign nyame ya domo a efiti Saturday echo na June 3rd o kire June 4th na afesu no eye fit June ye Saturday ti Saturday misemo ada ashenti ade friend transport fares no baba be kosoro 13% nti pe ne utua no 13% baba ka ho a eno so anya asem ketwa nti we eye ahokyira ede ebebre yen izanse esika abandi tua eka no ebi meka ho batua na yetu ne mum transport fares so de ekosoro na commodities prices no ena chese ni eno so ebe kosoro nti no Ghana for monso mupiriwam yento aso.
The Chronicle newspaper, armed robbers attack Momo operator, make away with 1.4 million Ghana cedis. Omanhene walks out of RECSEC meeting to settle criminal case at home. Government has begun prosecution of illegal miners. Oponkroma said that yesterday. And war on Galamseyers. Open fire, kill them. Former High Commissioner suggests to government and soldiers. 4 in police grip for car snatching robbery. Front page Chronicle newspaper. Yeah, Papa, you know, say, time now South Africa, see, or no, or best MPP for answer.
Any other Ghanaian citizen or South Africa. It's Georgia is Boateng no. Or no nanka. Kapapa bi bono Akoma FM studios. O Kumasi.
Sir.
And come bono papa. Okay, young kwedim Ocean Tokwakoa Koso Galamsey, Georgia is Boateng or a former High Commissioner.
aha ewo South Africa ojina Ghana ni o South Africa no na bena kana sem ka se on the party na bre no maba power enti we South Africa ni di share anaso ye Ghana ni di share na South Africa na onye ohaw bi na MPP ni a mo ba obedi kan hwe first ansa ni oni party no watimi atimi no wo se sa ne ma ye kosie eno anu se soja for mo kwa dimma ya mo matu no mo shutu omu eno na beboa na aske wom ebe hunahuna ama obia enkura mo obium ti shoot and kill ni enku yanim na ose chairman sabons na beka shoot and kill na se ba kono first deputy speaker Joe say ono Joe Wise ono so eka shoot and kill ena we so abeka nti utimi say ade na be cabinet decision ena omo tete won kakra de kire ya no enti eno so eno no na ukopie mu ewo eye Kumasi a Bokrum Crefro Bananika and Roberts we are to traphobia omono krono no omobo omako attack eye Momo vendor bia anase Momo Prita omo agene semsika 1.4 million 14 billion and omaje afri nipa no ensemo a chese omde kwa omo abo nipa bako etuo enti eno so eno no na we nsenso criminals nkrofobia maza amanfo bokro no pa o manfo bokro no papa nipa makoma ko 4 yeso om so no ene oka ombetimi Uber no ma oda tutitimu a duba bia no ne agika ne de furu nsem wa ya anya oka so no be momode a si be wiaw amon sampa ye wiaw papa na safo yi Mustafa Adams wadi 37 years Ibrahim Adamu enso Ibrahim Adamu Muftao wadi 37 Sedu Bona Elias Lion ono di 33 and after you know Mohammed Abubakar enso di 33 wow abana hill enipa 4 no 2 37 and a 2 33 enti eno so eno no 37 nipa 2 and 37 and a nipa 2 so nya 33
okay okay
Ari azie ndi 37 mitimi hu
se loto number 37
enti eno so no ya chi om handcuff egom sa a je se om so ewia nkrofo pa enya asem ketwa na okenkan a yesi March 25th ya 2021 ya antwi wadi 40 years wom koku hwia no wia nsam bontu krasan kunu kwa yesi nkrofo no di bone omo di bone papa eno nso nsem atimi aba enya asebutu a krofo ama attack om so bi egu konfo anoche eye teaching hospital a ebinum so eji ayaresa enti ofa chronicle na no pa yi a krofo makomako enan omfoni edani mu hadam a eno so enya si nti eno nso so eno no na kojo opon kroma kojo puyo kojo eye Van Dijk kojo eye Vidic eno wakachirim se abaya sha for akwati kwan so na ma fa kwan paso anfa mra kwan so antu for magudie no o ma start o mra makogina ko to a wo a wantimi anifani hu yie no na chese anka for prison na odam na eno nso so ama oman ye ho atimi atoye ti wi ene story say ese wote paper edeba na no pay.
The Daily Post newspaper. Education Minister has proven he has no faith in Akufo-Addo's free SHS, says APAC. Toll plant collapsing, workers insist. Transport fares go up by 13% effective June 5. Jailed Abu Gapele hospitalized. Front page Daily Post newspaper.
Okay, yeah, the Post to also. Now, Honorable Clement APAC, the same order, still Education Committee or as also, a Parliament. Now, our catch them say, when I'm not say Education Minister, I your friend say Dr. Yao or say Aduchum, Neba, or no SS level no, about a private school no didn't aquacupium, and was say na. Education Minister so mra to ngomasuan ko nanim na aduane a oye no no ni bia ne che so no ko ni gidie o oni gidie o aduane mu se bia aduane no ko aduane pa school di nyaza de yembehwe entini we die e dead pefe se gidie pa o free senior high school mu no anamo minister na to no kire pefe se free senior high school no atonsuom transport fares ene yatum ahyentiade 13% how much chichemu edu miensa eno nsem so atimi aba abuga pele a che se oda prison Shamada yese nei ye na kwa community hospital sanse na ho edodo no top plant a mo de edidi omdwumadie no yese e collapse ama nei adwumafo no bi enso na atimi akansa ansem no yento aso.
The Daily Dispatch newspaper, Greater Accra Minister vindicated. Abosuakai spare parts dealers declare we requested to be relocated. ICUM's 18 billion Ghana cedi yearly revenue unprecedented. Importers and exporters are saying money-making rituals. Police discover head and body of 12-year-old. 3 arrested. Daily Dispatch newspaper.
Okay, we see a dispatch in the air to us so and there and a paina. You have it, yes, I was so kind of compete. Obankana ha, baby, Omotunto car parts. Hence, spare parts, less, no. Yes, here, Domoko, and for Crown some Domocono. Is it in your Dorinia back on a say? A finia. Ah, it Yan Ts. A finia, and na Yadomo Echo. Now, Greater Accra Regional Minister, your friend Henry Corti. Or no, I was working for enough years, you know, or more every one of them spare parts na kwa finya. Na no, and I'm so much ya to Abama, you know, near to be masa. Yeah, there's one fire uncle. Yeah, and yes, I'm on your day. One more emfa yen day, uncle. It's not just a Jumadia, Greater Accra Regional Minister AD, you know, not just a Nekwa no, not just 1 year body be a uncle. Now I come see. Integrated customs systems are omri aba omso mohwaboa na ekwan a mofa to clear goods jumadi bi omudi airport wonom no etime boost Ghana yen revenue airport wonom na yese afibiara no 1.8 billion last year 1.8 billion omunyaye no this is 18 billion rather 18 billion omse we ne unprecedented ebi si da we importers and exporters for omo de niema efri Ghana share so fan so what I say omo kofa biba omo so ensemo a omo e kan no na we sem ba ko bia ba bepimo a obi ba wodi 12 years sika guarantee ekoku akwara no ednato shan bi so ewo Volta region na ya we sem pa na yeso omo ko ye no utimi se etwa eda honom tinipa 3 womo ekọ akọpẹ money rituals no yakọ akọchi womo a eno so anya asem keto a obena bo kru mame na me hade e say wo indogo kopẹ ben tajewu ho ana kesi so atimi asi ka wenim se ka money rituals e de enye central region aya na ye Eastern region said I know agradamudi ne ko vote de yenizi uruzi wono
newspaper AG Safe State 1.297 billion Ghana cedis in NDK claim. Government is victim of COVID-19 success. Cape Coast NPP wants right MCE. Nana celebrates MTN 25 years. And Indum Insurance Dodge fraud case. Front page Daily Guide newspaper.
Okay, abusia, the guide to aso. Na Mr. Mada NKD. Womo judgment depth anom ko yes attorney general ko save Ghana no ku 4 time na sadi we see e san say ku 4 nti o man for your mama time and come the your mama be bana headline pay e dey aba na insurance company no omni indo musu adwuma yes fraud case bi aba etene omo so no twe omo ho an sa na dan kwa ku foado on MTN for akabom 25 years no omo kwa kodi eno so nsem e wo hanom a enya asem ketwa enti Cape Coast for so say oma woni oma ka kire MPP for so omo pe MCE a na nida ho a obetimi aboa ama oguaman etimi atu.
Tight newspaper. Be ready to pay more taxes. Minister designate tells Ghanaians. Galamsey, save the nation Okay. Save the Nation proposes shoot to kill to end menace. Education minister comes under attack. Alleged land dispute at Cheado. Ajamen Sakosa in trouble as businessman petitions parliament. Front page, the Insight newspaper.
Okay, abusia, yeah, the Insight to us so. Na Abena Osei Asare, or a deputy minister designate for finance.
Send our converting.
Or converting,
I think so, yeah. I think I saw it.
On say Ghana for Yenya Krado. Say a
no, it was alleged.
No, can be. The boys be no allegedly. Yeah. Galamsi in the Omo Yendoson. Momi Yendoson pa Nkrofo can be. Enti and so I don't know. Enti was in a Ghana for Mr. Moda. Mompeka shiri sanse niema mobeso a oto ho na edem esompa emudu enti ano nsem so timi ba ajemesa ko sachrado ukọ ewon kra hanom ensase ho sensem sremo ada ese businessman bi or the petition akopie mu o yemra hye bedwafie ahwe ya ebema na sonso atimi ahye free senior high school ani Ghana government of Ghana ede bon ho safo hene napo akoje ne doctorate degree ewo UEW. And in the following week, and then another so called UCC, Coco J. Nedie, is Ramada, minister no in charge, no, ne banka home, inti, and also a minister banka home, or Mampaniba and a Becca home, eti too hopeful, and also so, I don't know, na Yaku and Mono, say Galamsey, save the nation proposals shoot to kill to end. Okay, now just say, as someone, Georgia is boating air cano, Juma Kubio from say, save the nation. We
go back or Hebia no Okaho. Oh no, yes,
executive director. Oh no, Sisiano. Oh, Moya Galamsey, no, at me, etra. Oma the D assassination in a way 4 years. The Tomanyo, you know, empty soon, Nani Akano, Omofa enjoy. Normally, your guess and so, and from free, yes, young queen.
The Inquisitor newspaper, dirty agenda, AOMC. Descendants. Ghanaians must be ready to pay more taxes. Or say Asai. What's your friend? Abena or say Asai. Yeah. That's the deputy finance minister designate. Amenfi West MP wants IGP interior minister. So am I anything? Wisconsin's NPP Tescon calls on the speaker of parliament. Ain't from saying NDC for no from saying 10 when if you are sleeping, wake up. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the word so sweet. Okay, Inquisitor ni na uko aye oil marketing company for no wa yesi agenda bi ko so anya asem ketwa na story na making came wo hanom etiwe oil marketing companies no enti ene na me haba no mame he number. What is the story? Me he number ha e be association pe aha etiwe ni Ghana nze nche no mati association oye ye obi beti no ho sisi edu abbreviation bia edi kan ya Mr. anya association na e be alliance Ghana the community oye no mati omo ho enti association of oil marketing whatever companies no yes nkrofo bi omo a maza niema bi ekoso no omo ati omo ho a niema mpanifo a oil marketing companies no omo bo ho bra no em se bibi koso enti association mu mpanifo ni bi ati omo ho a omo pese omo edi djuma die bi a ene yese yapa ho ntoma e wono yese omo to akwa kotwi no so nya asem to a na Abena Osei Asare ojini tumu a unana agogare na wim graduate obatum obaba basic asem so Osei Ghana for me ba chewa eto a nanado dia ba na yenwotwe munya hunu hwe ye be bon be ye emprenso wade ase ntino enwotwe times 7 no ebe koda nim ye papa ama hunu zampa abade matubi pa Amenfi West no omo headquarters Asanko Asankragwa na omo MP efem Eric Afo na wachire mu prekope se ekwan a National Security Operatives do fast gburu ahonom kɔsi saa nneɛma kɔ ransa ke nkurɔfoɔ bi sɛ wɔn yɛ CCTV cameras ne sɛ mo ada wɔn akɔdi nsɛnhunu no Ambrose Derry wɔn yɛ IGP mo mo ni na hɔ yɛba ne security a yɛde to ban gye ban yɛmfa ni nsɛnhunu kurom hanom mate ase na nka yɛnoa ne sɛ na me na wo sɛ usi obi yɛ money laundering obi edi nsɛnhunu na akɔ akɔkyere na CCTV cameras ɛwɔ hɔ nom so yɛkɔsɛɛ no wokɔsɛɛ no sɛ nyɛ sɛ wokɔdi bɔne a wofei sɛ bɛcapture wo nti ɛne yɛnsɛ nansa na ne yɛbɛfa yɛde akɔ allegedly yɛsɛ ɔmo fa sika 2.8 million Ghana cedis 28 billion ɛna akɔ akɔdi nkurɔfoɔ bi nsɛm wow asanko kuro no nyɛ easy sɛ wo 28 billion hyɛ obi dɛm yɛn to aso.
The Thunder newspaper. Transport fares go up 13% this Saturday, says GPRTU. Said John goes home today. Oh, when your friends say no. Graveside to say Tom.
Yeah. Tombstone. Eti baby ya kwaku si say John no. No easy.
I'm a woman media no car.
Yeah, I'm a woman. Yeah.
Ni mami was any sister.
Yeah.
I think it was the mother.
Ni sister.
No, we did this everything.
On my kwano.
There be cocoa board, Papa. Dr. Puni.
A Papa J said in the
oh, yeah. Na so be a former na yedi obi a she.
Ba se Papa J incident in so say. For Samuels, our president.
Ye niska. Ye niska. Say John no family was.
Galamsey. It's on forestry commission. Woman of Galamsey so.
Me why I say a coin da.
Oh no one go. My own sir on the casket in mama so you remember the drown security.
I see.
But and then on base you know.
Let Rasta boys enter classroom. Education minister shocked at appeal. Inti. This is the front page of the Thunder newspaper, and that's the last one we have this morning.
What's your friend Thunder one? In your tender.
There we tender. They say a fast of it.
Okay. Titanda ne agrada. Okay. Agrada pepa ni na ko spina Granada. Na ni achanza kojo Sofie Sejon. Kojo Krasidi, kojo nyame aton safre no afia nie ebura afinie afina broye pumakom kojo SDA ni tene kojo ejaga na ho na wakwa kopim ewo ni meka nchen na transport fares 13% eno so ewo hanu ma yesi yetum anya sem ketwa Rastafo no ese atoni je no aka church motor school say monyom let the boys enter classroom bande on beba se be choma de no so no eno no ye boachi bidi enti eno so no but Achimota school board not take a decision say they are going to appeal the decision
until that appeal is
done. That transfer
on better say
that say who appeal here ombe putu nyanche dia to o you know
it's a different thing altogether.
Some who say yes o ma ko school mo
amko school
ombe jina wa about watch ombe jina wa about watch what you say ombe jina wa about watch
so now yeah that
unze Rasta seven ya na me person make me but e to da bia ohia
menka na wo
na ze wo kanka so what unze zo jomo zo e Rasta guy now we Rasta tama zo compass no na zo nye Rasta enti e to da bia tama ne yen kwara ya titi ya mama no nche no ene mebu wa ne yintimi nye ba na no ye de ye ho ebetimi a bibia ye tu ye fo a e two things ye pa ye be fa ye pa ye den ye mfa enti se society ni se ye nko ABCD a me de nse mo de nka mo ni school authorities no ntrase na mo nti ase mo obana cha 2-3 years owie school no wo nyini tibie mu ababren shop obi enya sika emfo obi a ho so akwa court to me twa because Rastafo na EPV omo eyo
incident na
omo wi a me de ne say I know my right for those okrum a it is on man ye ma you na ye pe no ye make it clear whether you know your right or doesn't know your right no this is our culture yenko ne sa ne yenko yenim ana school bia nso wo mra ye de ebo school no ho bra ne yenko yenim me ba wo ebe kakra now yenhwe akwara wo school first no ya boy ma pen wo school mu etimi kochi assembly ne ya nom yen na egwe ya ne de tene yen ema anamo bia ye tu teacher for no face enye no ne ya twe ho firo ene sade ni ho biem ene yesema repeat akwara hwe no repetition but enso hwe ene ye de test akwara na dwen ehwe se ade e kire akwara no wate ase na wonte ase ene repetition e free mu ba ebe kakra no ye ntro exams biem enti ye den kakra na bibia sei na etikrum hanom enti gay a ye kan yi a amanfo etete wase ebedi atom ye nyintum na afo se wono kra no why lesbian pen but odanyame ase se that time na social media any phone nye popular nka ba na nka ba bi odukra nka position na odukra nka onye yi nyina no na se sade no ehihye omo ho eti rastafon di kan pe wi na rastafon no ko ene ye so am person ye shempa bongo school ye sorry.
That is why the court is there.
What
Go to the court and make a case, make an argument for why you should. And yes, oh sorry, now I go school. We must say that is it. No,
Abrati,
you have to go to the court. Make
man foul and shares our court to them because me you court to me. Yeah, I mean you court to me.
And yes, sorry, best me and quite.
Me you court to me.
It's not about court.
No, me court ni Supreme Court for ye. Court to make take decision let me say we bogus decision. Na ko e bi kra me say gay for ko ye. Excuse my language, no judge no kra no e bia. Mo ko. Enti ko de mu nyimfrim. O man no me hunu ne ye pe. Na ye stick to ade a ye pe. Achimota for me tamochi. Monko court. Ya pe no de be ko. Asida kese nkoma e past sponsors no agbozo he ba se me no ni nkomo nyame admo cha doctor beba enti no wo se mi se bia betimi de aba kama na oyoba na ahemfie ho no ese ya white ese ho akọ na obeti ne tedi ama bema wa yemere wo mpam me pa cha wo bema menfomfa mo ge wo bus stop bema bi o ta fomfa mo ba wo bus stop bi ansa bema no 30 seconds chiro mema ye ebra ventilation atutu bibia no vent. What is here? Bibia wasan lock ye no. Unzo bitimi lock ne dan. Na wasan di dua to akire. One lock down di dua to akire. Aye pem krempem. Na kwa shonom akotetintai. Ubeja na kwan no. Ube fomfam na amana yobi ya. What is here? Ube fomfam no amana yobi ya. Enti no mse wada. Me mama ye mre ompam ni nyina no. Mesre mo wada. Monko hunu agbozo na afenso ontenete emfama mo. Mon frère doctor personal number no na mebo ede amamono doctor personal number no enie 0246283666 omo na daro makambi ena yede show no so eba enti munya mon kan na mon share so enti rastafo asem de eno ano no enti ya me achimota for ya drum nya appeal nyesa we bi nsem braba atomo ne nkwara
what are they appealing? What are they appealing? What are they appealing?
No they do ya de yiniba be hu nema ye be ya play decision.
It's a useless venture.
Ya de do no ma mo be hu no.
What is education if you cannot even speak to a student, have a conversation with a student on whether or not it is proper? See, when they ask them, they should tell them. They should come and sit anywhere, sit before any presenter, and explain why they are not allowing the students into the school. Uniformity, discipline. People cut their hair so they are disciplined. Are you saying that everybody that cut their hair nicely is disciplined?
Oh, that be.
So because I shave my hair every time. I'm disciplined.
Oh, that be.
No, okay. So what's the discipline in there?
Explain.
Explain.
I'm in Mati school.
Then why are you defending it? You are one of the big defenders of it.
Let me say, I stand with Achimota. Simplicity.
That's all.
Yeah.
See, sometimes I understand why The Ghanaian youth, no matter what any rate, they don't protest, they don't say anything. Because from school, do you know what we are taught?
Respect
Yes,
the
sir.
older man.
Massa.
Respect the
The
older
teacher
man.
knows all. The headmistress knows everything. Whatever they say is right. You can't question it. Pass here, pass there, don't pass there. You can't say, why shouldn't I pass there? It's like religion.
Yeah, follow.
Follow
the trend.
We are soldiers. We are trained like
young
army officers. That's our schooling. So they should go and fight it. Whatever they are fighting. You have to do a lot of work to convince me that somebody wearing a dreadlock will affect anything, including discipline, uniformity, and all those things in your school. You have to do better.
Now, Judge, what is school?
Does the school belong to the headmistress? Does the school belong to the governing board?
Let's see,
Achimota School was set up by the colonial masters. You know, so Ghana inherited Achimota School. Then Nkrumah went to. So the school Nkrumah went to, he inherited as the leader of Ghana. The school does not belong to the headmistress. Does not belong to the governing board. Those who are shouting, we are all students. Do they know how many old students passed to Achimota? Even white people were at Achimota. The sons of colonialists, sons and daughters of colonialists were at Achimota. When they were there, were they cutting hair, short hair? Let's not do this. Let's not go there. No. As for this absurd argument, it doesn't add up. Now, see, we should deal with issues on a case-by-case basis. Why are students in school? Somebody comes to you, I want to keep my dreadlock. You, the teacher.
Uncle private school.
You, the teacher.
Uncle private
school. You,
private
the teacher.
School, doing it.
Watch it. We have to try. We have to work harder than this.
Uncle private school.
Our teachers need to be thinking. That's why if you go and work in 24/7, tell them when they send their children to school, you can't do this. No, they don't accept everything. But everything can be challenged. In where they are. Ask them. Children can even challenge you. We can't challenge anything. Oh. You
Sorry, but I'm now woken. Let me say good morning to Niaye. We've seen your support. Thank you very much. And Hajia Kumapa. Good morning to you, Hajia. Hajia has given us cocoa powder, Hausa cocoa powder, for us to give to our sponsors.
Hausa cocoa powder. Cocoa powder.
Yes. So it's like, you know how the cocoa you buy in front of, you don't know how to prepare. It's not like the normal cocoa.
Okay.
Like, I mean.
So she's already grounded the things together.
Everything.
So the only thing you need is to put
powder.
it into water and just
put it
there.
Put it on fire, and then you are good to go.
Okay.
And she said, Nancy, no, it is for Inkofona almost supporting mono.
We'll drink it on their behalf.
Whilst they are supporting you, this is my way of helping you to say thank you to them.
I'm supporting for them.
Sponsoring us.
So
Hajia has given us cocoa powder. So I know how to get.
Thank you, Hajia, this morning.
Thank you very much.
I can't take any of the cocoa.
No.
But Hajia, which kind of this thing is this?
That one is not Hajia's decision. It is my decision.
I like how you nicely told watch. Hey, so you just tell him watching that he was talking on fire.
Nonsense. It was a beautiful nonsense he was talking.
Well, a couple of your messages. Abdurrahman says, Kades will remain always Kades to Radio Go 905 FM. With Eduja Akebi, Swahili sounds easy. But for 15 years, with Swahili around me still, I still have difficulty with it. I think I should have read this message to RKB where they were saying, Abekojo Henote saying Radio Gold no size. With the DJ says for a ruling government to lose that number of MPs in general election shows the weakness and the incompetence of the government. Means are all helping Akufo-Addo dynasty for themselves. How stupid and timid are we as a nation? Let's rise up to these arrogant, dishonest, hypocritical, and retired who call themselves leaders. Solomon Nambanyeri says a good morning to Radio Gold and the good people of Ghana. Please let us know the